Look at the desk in front of you. Is the physical clutter across your workspace actually a reflection of the clutter in your bank account? Modern society pushes a very specific image of success. We are led to assume that managing a bustling, multi-screen environment with endless open tabs is the natural way to be highly productive. Constantly managing all those physical and digital items creates a massive, ongoing cognitive drain, pulling you into a state of chronic sensory overload. This assumed state of peak productivity is actually a myth, one that actively sabotages your ability to build wealth. According to MIT neurologist Earl Miller, our brains are simply not wired to process multiple things at once. Only about 2% of the global population can actually successfully multitask. When you think you are multitasking across 3 different screens, your brain is actually just rapidly switching its attention from one activity to the next, creating an invisible friction that severely limits your processing power. A chaotic workspace fails to make you a high performer. It actively drains the exact focus required to generate real value and build your net worth. This diagram illustrates the cognitive cost extracted by a cluttered desk. A clean timeline of focus violently fractures and delays every single time you divide your attention. Researchers at Stanford University studied this effect directly by observing people who are regularly bombarded with multiple streams of information. They found that individuals working in these high-stimulus environments developed pronounced, measurable problems maintaining their attention on a single activity. Worse, these same individuals suffer severe deficits in recalling basic information when compared to people who complete just one activity at a time. A disorganized desk creates a biological bottleneck. It prevents your brain from retaining the crucial information needed to execute high-stakes financial decisions. That bottleneck is the start of a biological cascade, triggered by the constant attention switching a messy environment demands. This chart shows how your body reacts to a disorganized workspace. As external visual clutter enters your view, navigating it forces a sudden spike in cortisol, your primary stress hormone. Right next to it, you see a secondary spike in adrenaline, forcefully activating your brain's primitive fight-or-flight response. Operating in this overstimulated biological state causes what experts define as mental fog or scrambled thinking. This mental fog compromises your discernment, making it easier to fall into the trap of compensatory consumption, buying flashy, expensive items to project a status you haven't yet earned. These purchases don't solve the stress. They simply add more physical debris to the environment that caused the stress in the first place. The sheer act of storing, cleaning, moving, and sorting all these useless items drains your finite energy reserves before your actual work even begins. You simply cannot solve complex business problems or allocate capital intelligently when your brain chemistry is trapped in survival mode. Completely clearing your visual field of physical distractions immediately frees up your brain's processing power for complex problem solving. This vastly simplified environment naturally forces you to practice single tasking. Working this way delivers immediate operational benefits, yielding a massive reduction in your daily stress levels and a drastic decrease in costly mistakes. By removing the visual noise that forces your brain into a reactive state, you gain the clarity to apply the 80-20 rule. With a clear field of vision, you can identify the 20% of your tasks that yield 80% of your financial results. As you spend less money buying and replacing useless items, you directly increase your savings while protecting your most valuable asset, your time. So, what is the first useless item you are going to remove from your workspace today to improve your focus? Minimalism serves as a ruthless neuroeconomic strategy to protect your cognitive capital and steadily increase your net worth.